Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Amsterdam and IAMS, the Amsterdam Motorshow, where surrounding me here in the halls are some of the greatest cars in the entire world. Now it's the preview evening, so the last few things are still being set up, but you'll get a small feel for the cars that are around me, the likes of the Bugattis, the Veyron, the Chiron, all the Ferrari hypercars from the F40, the F50, the Enzo, the LaFerrari, an SLR Stirling Moss, a CLK GTR, a Pagani Huayra. The list goes on. Of course, I've got a few of my cars here as well. Well, let's take a look around at one of the most fantastic arrays of cars that I think you will ever see in one place here at IAMS. My cars that are here on show are on the stand all together next to the cafeteria. Alongside us, we have StarTech and Brabus. Then you have Donkervoort, lots more stands, even a few cars still moving around, and I can spot just up there a Koenigsegg as well. Here are some very rare and limited edition Ferraris, all actually limited special models. A very, very nice lineup of classic 250s. But just to start, Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale, 430 Scuderia, Speciale, 599 GTO. I think that car has like 50 or 60,000 kilometers on it. Then we get to an F12 Tdf. This Tdf, one of only 799 cars, worth €1 million or so, has done 80,000 kilometers. It's done the Gumball 3000, it's been on a whole host of different rallies. Alongside that, an 812 Superfast. This car has 50,000 kilometers on it as well already. It can't even be a year old. You can see, like I said, preview evening, the last sign just being put into place. Alongside that, you have a Ferrari 550 Barchetta, again, a limited edition. Then you start getting towards some of the hypercars. So here, the Ferrari F40, the Legend, then the Ferrari Enzo. I'm going to come back to those 250s in a moment. The values of them are extraordinary. Over this side though, you have the latest, the LaFerrari, a Super America, an F50 with the roof off. I think many of you know that the F50 is basically up there at the top of my kind of dream car wish list, the combination of all the different elements and aspects of that. You can get a small taster of what's going on that way. We'll come back there in a second. And what's over there, Italdesign P1 GTR. But I just want to show you down some of these. We've got, what, 6 different models of the Ferrari 250. So the 250 GT Coupe, the 250 Berlinetta, that's a 250 SWB, is that 10 million euros or something? Then a 250 not even sure how much that's going to be worth. That's a 250 California Spyder, pretty famous legendary car again, another 10-15 million, I think you pretty much name it. And then a 250 Cabriolet. So yeah, that's a pretty special little lineup to be walking past here, this array of Ferraris that's on show. A couple of Astons, Old Vantage, next to, we have a Vanquish Volante. But just exploring around and taking a look, you've only seen so far a small little teaser of what is actually on show here. The lists are almost endless. So the Teslas still need to have their covers taken off. There's a Model 3 there. Next to that you have JD Customs, who have the Bugatti Chiron here. Yep, just chilling behind at the moment. I think there might even be more than one Chiron, but we've got a Chiron right there along with some of their other projects. Come through this way, Italdesign Zerouno. Zerouno, the first, 01, the first project from Italdesign. That's a pretty crazy thing to be able to see. Alongside it though, something arguably even crazier in the form of the McLaren P1 GTR, track only hypercar, of course, from the McLaren P1. There are a couple of manufacturer stands around, so we've got Alpine with the A110. That egg is just sitting idling away just there. Lots around behind. There are 4 different generations of the Mustang Bullet here as well. This is pretty cool. All the legendary cars going way back to the movie, but the 4 different, that was the noise of an Aventador starting up for sure. But the new generation, and of course the first generation. Just looking around though, it is just a huge, huge array of different cars. I'm gonna come over this way. Oh, we can spot a Countach just up there in the catwalk at the moment. Oh look, that's a Maybach Zenatech. I think they only made about 7 of those, the coupe version of the Maybach 62S. That's crazy. I didn't expect to see one of those. That's a 600 Pullman. It's just ridiculous. Ultimate gangster mobile. This way, on the mechatronic area, what do we have? Oh, this is heaven. CLK DTM Cabriolet, love it. DTM Coupe. I'm going to squeeze around past the egg, which is literally just chilling here right now. CCXR edition. SLR 722 GT, the race car version of the SLR. It's bubbling away. I think I might even have been in this car before, from Koenigsegg, Germany, from Esse. Might have actually done something with that car on the channel before. that's pretty cool. 190e race car. That's absolute dreamland. CLK GTR full race spec. Wow, that thing is incredible. One of my highlights of my life was getting to drive one of those. This is really rare. Electric Drive SLS, so the SLS AMG Gullwing, but the full electric one, 750 odd horsepower in this. Yeah, 751 horsepower. This car's done 545 kilometers. I remember when they launched it at the Paris Motor Show, and just as I say that, I can spot a Veyron that's moving around just over there as well, lining up. Then coming beyond, what else? Oh, SL65 Black Series just behind. In front, the Pagani Huayra in the red with the carbon. We keep coming through a couple of other cars from Mechatronic. That's an SSC Ultimate Aero. Those are seriously rare. Don't see many of those whatsoever. And that's a 996 Turbo S as well behind it. Herbie over on that side. Raoul Weld, a couple of nice cars down this side too. Goodness, that's all of the Lamborghinis just lined up. You can see the LM002 over on that side. On the right, satin black i8, GT12, Jag Project 8 just behind that. The egg's still burbling away. Aventador SV Roadster. This is, you're kind of getting the point here, right? A very, very impressive lineup. And this is just haul number one. There's more to see. LM002, Countach, Murcielago SV, Diablo, Gallardo, the ATS behind NSX, Ferrari 512, 488 Spyder, one of only 11 Novitec N-Largos, just there as well. That's the lineup from Essa. Over that way, a familiar looking Leo Vegas Hurricane, another A110, some Rolls Royces. The list, oh, over there. Let's fast forward, jump in that direction. Yep, that's the egg. Nuts, right, skipping on through, that's a serious race car. I wanted to come and pop over this way. Is that an M850i? Oh look, Landaulet, G650 Landaulet. And that's a Maybach convertible as well, Landaulet. What? These cars are nuts. Jag D-Type, 300 SL Roadster, and SLR Stirling Moss, one of my favorite cars ever, 75 cars, and many give this the credit for Ferrari now creating the Monza SP1 and SP2, but that, yeah, mental. So, wow, this lineup really and truly is very, very impressive here at IAMS. Into the second haul, and I'm going to begin with something that is really quite special here. This line behind me of 11 Spykers. It must be the most ever at one meeting outside of the factory, and particularly interesting to me is this one on the very left end, the Spyker D8 peaking to Paris, also known as the D12, but a concept launched back in 2006, which basically made this the first, I think, super SUV. Of course, a category now that we're completely familiar with, all of the AMG SUVs, the M SUVs from BMW, also the likes of the Lamborghini Urus, but Spyker kind of did it first. Then you continue down the line, that's the LM85 in that very distinct livery. Coming all the way through, this green car here is actually chassis number 1, the first ever prototype Spyker that's come to be shown here in the center, alongside, well, pretty much all of the different models that they've actually made. That looks really cool as well. Not a complete knowledgeable person on all of the different models, but a very, very special lineup that they have there. Continuing through, what else do we have? Well, we've got a GT3 here, a couple of other Lambos and things over that side. Just spotting through, there's some dealers as you can see out towards this end. There's another Lusso there. What else is going on? An Aventador just behind, a lovely yellow Ferrari 812 Superfast. I'm just going to go for a walk around really and see all of the cars. There's a Rolls-Royce Cullinan at the back. This is the Tice Timmermans stand. AMG GT 4-door as well, one of the first of those. R8s, i8s, lots of different cars. Oh, pretty crazy wide bodies. That a Liberty Walk, Lamborghini Aventador just over that away. And they keep coming through though because, well, you get the point, right? There's a lot to see here. A lot of different cars. There's another LM002 as well. SLR Roadster. I'm just going to skip through quite quickly, keep the pace up. DBS Superleggera, Vanquish Zagato Volante, very valuable. 488 Spyder. Oh look, there's another Bugatti Chiron just tucked in here. A Ferrari F12, Rolls-Royce Wraith, Bentley Conti GT, Aventador SVJ. We'll come back past some of these that I haven't shown you in more detail. What else do we have? Liberty Walk M4. Wow, look at that, my Lambo. Yeah, that's nuts. Aventador Roadster. Coming through this way, the second LM002 that I talked about. Novitec here. Seeing again the N-Largo 720S. We'll come over there in 1 second. So in here we have the Aventador SVJ, as I just mentioned, satin red. On this side, our second Bugatti Chiron. It's a really dark navy, I think, with the orange accents to the interior and the brake calipers. Supercar central around here. This is like a, well, literally a central area going on in the middle. So it's a Novatec, as I said, the N-Largo 720S. Pretty crazy thing, massively, massively wider than the standard McLaren 720S on which it's based, with this aggressive design. You can see the scoop style through the top, also around the front, some, I guess, inspiration from the center. And then alongside that is the Novatec Portofino, as well, the smaller package that they do with some carbon fiber exterior parts. Just sharpens up the looks, but I think this is one really, really good looking car. KTM Crossbow, this is the Akrapovic stand, GT3, M3, 720S as well, MSO car with some orange accents and livery, and an AMG GTS at the back too, Aston Vantage. This really just goes on and on. There's an AMG GTR over at the back, Ferrari 488 Pista here. That's quite a cool colour actually. It's kind of just a light grey, just off white with the dark stripes. Nice looking Pista. Oh, coming through another N-Largo, another F12 N-Largo, had the RS2, RS4, 918 Spyder and a Carrera GT over on the other side too. Got to come around and take in all of these. Just look at all of this. Just look at everything that we can see in here. What else is going on over on this side? Just more really nice stuff everywhere. GT3 Touring. Check out the livery that's been done on that car as well. Green with the yellow stripes like the 911R. Some bikes and bits and pieces. Where else can we head? Have a look at this as well. I'm going to come over and check this out. This thing is pretty mental. This is a completely like custom built project on a BMW M6. It's an M6 Coupe, but it actually shares some parts with the M6 GT3 race car, straight from BMW Motorsport. Ginormous picnic table at the back. Huge wide fenders. Just look at this. It's absolutely absurd. Based on the road car. Look at that. Just look at that wing. Look at that thing. The exhaust and the diffuser. This is pretty crazy. And yeah, running on slicks as well. Literally slick tyres on it. GT2 RS, you get the point. This is all a little bit crazy. A Aventador Roadster next to another Countach. And some very gold cars here. The Lamborghini Huracan and the Rolls Royce next to it with some trucks tucked away in the background. Lots of other things as well. Wheels, accessories. There's a whole other haul actually of that too. But yeah, there's a lot to see. This area is much more towards different tuning cars, as you can see from the various projects that are around. I'm not going to necessarily call out every single car that I'm looking at here. You can imagine it goes on and there is quite a lot to actually see, different generations. The odd GTRs, for example, RS Cosworth. Oh, that's quite nice as well. Supra. Lots of talk about what I'm going to do with my new generation Supra, whether I do any interesting tuning to that as well. But you can kind of see where this is going. Ginormous wings on the back of the things just around here. Drift cars. Yeah. Oh, Performante, I've just spotted. Is that a Tesla Model 3 as well there, tucked in? Just, yeah, quite a cool little area actually, this, with different things. That's very nice. Very nice. The CLK 63 Black Series. First one, was it? No, the SLK was the first. That was the second Black Series. That's a nice colour as well on the M4. Yeah. Underneath that cover is a BAC mono that hasn't been pulled off quite yet. But check this out. A completely slammed Fisker Karma right down to the ground. In fact, I don't even think there is room there. Nope, yep, it's just above the ground by about a millimetre. Completely unusual. Coming back over towards where my cars are then, the Donkervoort stand. Now I've had a lot of fun driving these in the past. This is the GTO RS 40, only 40 cars for the 40th anniversary of Donkervoort. Then you've got the GTO RS and the D8 GT. I'm going to come and skip straight on down towards the end. Well, come past Brabus, of course, the StarTech Bentley Continental, the Brabus Rocket, the V12 with 900 horsepower on the S-Class. I love the Brabus Rocket. And then the 700 horsepower 4x4 squared at the end. If I skip on through though, this is our little corner of the show down towards the cafeteria area. You can see a few more stands around, Jaguar Land Rover, some interesting things alongside. But this is where we have the Ford GT, the Senna, the new GTC4 Lasso, also the man-tuned Focus RS, and then in the end the GT8 and the 675 LT all on show. We'll be doing some meetups here during the weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun as well to meet up with lots of you guys. But it feels totally surreal and crazy for me to have I guess, this area with the cars that we brought over from the UK to be here on display at the Motor Show, making their Motor Show debuts, I think, actually, we could say, for these two inside an exhibition hall. But there you have had a quick whistle-stop tour of one of the greatest arrays of cars together in one place. I think, actually, I can probably include in the list the Senna and the GT. That's a major pinch moment. Yeah, here at IAMS. So what was your favourite of all of the cars that we've seen? I mean, those 250s, the Ferrari 250s, tens of millions, some of those. And then, well, two Chirons, P1 GTR, Zerouno, Huayra, SSC Ultimate Aero, Koenigsegg. Oh, what a list. What a list of amazing cars. All on display. The SLR Stirling Moss. Just taking it all in. Anyway, what a show. Looks set to be a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching, though. I hope you've enjoyed this preview, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.